Hey guys and gals, Eric with Rockin H with another tutorial for you. If your project is a 379 Peterbilt with a 36-inch flat top, you're in business because I'm going to show you how to tear it apart. Now, this is kind of a redundant video because I've done other disassembly videos before, but if you happen to be doing this specific truck, here you are. So, let's get busy. Okay, so you're going to hear some jostling because I'm putting this in my cradle and then I got to plug it in because I'm running out of gas on the battery. Boop, there we go, we are in. Here we go, the tutorial. I got 4 of these to make into replicas, and this is going to be exciting because, you know, these are actually kind of pretty trucks. Anyway, but they were pretty reasonably priced and I bought 4 of them. Now, let's just say, for example, we're going to add a little value to this video by explaining one thing. Let's say you like this truck, but you don't like this friend logo on the side of the door, and you want to take that friend logo off. Well, bad news is you cannot remove this logo. The reason for that is this color of orange is your base paint, and then the stripes as well as the logo are on top of the orange paint. So if you were to take acetone or some other material to try to remove this, you're going to smear the stripe on both sides, or wherever you get that product is all going to get smudged. So you're kind of out of luck if you want to wipe off the decal. Anyways, back to business here. I need to take everything off of this down to the frame because I'm going to strip these parts here of all the paint. Different fenders are going to go on, so I basically need a clean slate to work from. Now, I normally begin at the sleeper and work my way to the front. So, with all DCP trucks that have a sleeper, Peterbilts and Kenworth specifically, there's a screw at the bottom of that sleeper. All you're going to do is unscrew that bad boy and take it out. Now, you'll notice I'm working on a dark cloth, and the reason for that is if parts fall on it, they're less likely to bounce around when they hit the cloth than if I was working on the green mat underneath it. Now, I also have this separator bin so I can keep all my parts organized for when I put it back together. Okay, sleeper is off. We're going to set that to the side. We're going to come back to that briefly in a few moments. Then, underneath, we have another screw that keeps the cab on. Boom. We're just taking that off. Again, one thing I will point out to you, and let me grab this other screw so you can see it. These 2 screws are different sizes. Make sure you note that when you put it back together. The long one goes on the sleeper and the short one goes under the cab. Little point of clarity for you there. Now, the cab is going to pop right off with no trouble. If it hangs up at all, right here, this tube going into the firewall can sometimes give you a little trouble. You'll see I just twisted that just a little bit. Sometimes you have to do that, sometimes not. Also, you'll notice right here it's hanging up on the exhaust. That exhaust going into your muffler. Sometimes the glue from China will be in there, and you'll either need to cut it or just twist it gently to take it apart. No worries. We're going to set that off to the side. Now we're here for the hood. Hoods give people all sorts of troubles. If you're not going to reuse your, if you're reusing your front bumper and you do not need to take it off, which I'm not going to, simply turn your steering tires out, get you a pair of these flat side cutters right here. See how those edges are flat? And these are going to come out really, really easy. You can buy these at rockinh.com/resources, and in my Amazon store I have several variations of these pliers. Pick one that works for you, or go buy them locally. I actually bought these at Hobby Lobby. So if you can see in there, I am going around that pin and I'm squeezing. Now all I'm going to do is work this back and forth gently. I'm just wiggling this out gently, gently, gently until it comes out. And if you pop your bumper off, that's not a big deal. Okay, there it's clean. All right, you put that in your spare parts container. Then, and see, you'll notice wow, that's not on very well. I'm gonna have to glue that step on. So now we're flipping it over, and my bumper is actually coming off here. I might just take that off, just to get it out of the way, because I'm saving those studs. I want to keep those as much as I can. Let's set that off to the side. Now you can see it even better. Look at that action right there. Booyah. Alright. Squeeze. Wiggle. Squeeze and wiggle. Sounds like something you'd see on a cartoon. Or hear on a cartoon. Okay. Come on, get off of there, you monkey bastard. Whoop, sorry about that. Didn't mean to swear. Okay. Your hood is off. The reason to be gentle with this hood hinge right here, I have broke these in the past. Okay, you can do that, and then you basically need to glue your hood solid or buy a new hood. So you want to be gentle. You want to be rough enough that you get the pin out, easy enough that you don't break this hood hinge. That's just kind of a pain. Next, you're going to take your X-Acto knife right here. You're going to go right between the die cast and your grill. All you're going to do is twist that knife. Twist it just like that. Okay? Whoops. So you can see my knife in that screen. Wow, that's a little tighter than I thought. Oh, there it goes. Okay. And twist on the other side. Boom. Out. Look at that. And we kept these. Sometimes it's likely you'll break those off. I mean, it's not uncommon to break those, so don't fear if you do. You can glue it back without them. So our hood now is ready to be stripped. Next, we're coming back to the sleeper. We have this plastic gasket around here. It's up in the air. Do you keep it or not? Well, you don't have to keep this plastic gasket. Normally, they don't come off in one piece for me a lot of times. But you can see as I remove this, just with my nut, well, there it went. And where'd it go? Here it is. So we kept that, lucky for us. Do you reuse this? You can. Oftentimes I just take it off and leave it for dead. Then you have a window in the back. A couple of ways to do this, but the easiest is just try it with your finger first and push it out. Save that, you're going to need it. Next, you have this plastic piece here that goes in the bottom. A couple of ways to do that. You can push it out with your finger if it works. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. Because there's a taste of glue from China right here and here. Sometimes it works to do that, sometimes not. You can pry on it with your X-Acto knife. Try not to break your blade in that process. Sometimes that works. And what I typically do here is I just push it out with a screwdriver. Or maybe not today. Didn't want to come out. There it goes. Alright. That pops out. Boom. Save that. Your sleeper is now ready to be stripped. Hallelujah. Now, the trickiest part of the whole thing is taking apart your cab, because there's a lot of parts on here that like to break. Now, in other tutorials where I've disassembled these kind of cabs, I have said, if in doubt and you're concerned about breaking stuff, take this cab, stick it in the freezer for 24 hours or 12 hours at least, or some short or a period of time like that. What happens is that cold temperature makes these plastic parts brittle, or at least the glue brittle that hold them in place, and they come apart much easier, and you're less likely to break things. So when in doubt, freeze them. I didn't on these. I'm just going in because I did not think far enough ahead to put them in the freezer. Alright, what I'm doing here is I'm taking off my exhaust, getting that out of the road. Because I'm repainting these, I don't care if I scratch the paint behind it, so I just went in there with my knife and I'm just twisting my knife between the die cast and the muffler. Again, my goal is to save these little studs because that just ensures that when you go back together, your parts will stay on better with glue. Now, I'm actually not reusing these exhaust pipes because this is a replica, so it requires different exhaust. And whether you start at the top or the bottom is irrelevant, just start. And it sounds like somebody at the hospital has their car alarm going off. Okay, that one came off clean. Gorgeous, beautiful, awesome. Next, mirrors. Now, if you happen to buy your model from a reputable dealer and it came in the blister pack, you have a set of extra mirrors in that blister pack. So if you want to just take them off rough, you can. For some reason, I go through this arduous process of trying to save them, so what I'm doing is grabbing them gently with my side cutters, very gently, and then I'm pulling them out, and you'll notice the pins, the studs came out and I have clean holes. Beautiful. And coming over here doing the same thing. Sometimes this works, sometimes it doesn't. Again, you got to be gentle. Oh, that one don't want to go. Oh, there it went. There. I think I broke one. Yeah, I did. You'll notice right there, that one I broke right inside that spot. Okay. These come off real easy. I just kind of grab and whoop. Ta-da. These come off easiest out of the whole darn thing. Generally. I say that and look at that. Dummy's making me is mocking me. Ta-da. Saved hood pins all the way around. Love that. Hood pins. The studs on the breathers. Now, we're going to save the air horns for a bit, and you'll notice I just kind of got my hand in there and pried up a little bit, and the visor came off really, really simple. Saving that. Sometimes the visors come off really easy like that one just did. Other times, yeah, not so much. Okay, next we need to take the floor right here where it screws to your frame out. There's a little space between your interior and that floor where you can get a screwdriver in there and push up. Look at that. How nice is that? Makes you feel frisky and lovely, doesn't it? I'm coming back here on the front side of that plastic, and all I'm going to do is give a little push, see if I can get that dude to come out of there easy. And if it doesn't come out easy, no worries. Well, it didn't come out easy, so I'm going to take my plier, getting underneath there, and I'm just going to gently wiggle that back there because it's got a lot of glue in there holding it in. And again, these will sometimes come out really easy, and other times they're like this. Okay, it's being extra stubborn this morning, so what I'm going to do is get my knife in there and hopefully break a little glue between that plastic and the die cast. I'm pressing pretty firm right here, so be careful you don't slip, and put a knife. Oh wow, I'm not even getting underneath that. Alright, we're going to try again. Yeah, be extra careful so you don't stick this knife in you. That will not make your day. Wow, this one's just being extra stubborn. Alright, let's give it a go. See what we got here. Oh, there it goes. See? Lovely. And you'll notice there's a black mark there where the glue was, some of the plastic came off with the glue. Okay, Interior comes right out. Ta-da! Now for the interior, no worries, we'll get it. Take your X-Acto knife. Right behind that interior, you're just going to put that in there and begin moving it around. It'll pop right out generally. Sometimes it does not. This depends on how much glue was used at China and what day it was, I suppose. You're just moving that knife around there, trying to break glue. Again, sometimes they come out clean, and other times they'll make you mad. Ta-da! Alright, then we got this little window here. Again, you can try pushing it with your finger, and if that doesn't work, we got plan B. Okay, plan B it is. Couple of ways to do this. If you happen to have a screwdriver or something like this with a reasonable blunt edge, like that, kind of put a little pressure on it, and it should come out. Now, one little caveat to those side windows: if you're pushing on it and it's not coming out at all, you can take your knife on the back side and kind of get underneath the plastic in the die cast and pry it up a little bit. I've had excuse me, I've had trucks where those windows are just glued in there super well, and there's no rhyme or reason on which one that happens to, but it just does. So you might have to come in here and loosen up that glue and whatnot to get that out, because I've pushed on that window so hard that it's actually put a white mark in there where I kind of bent the plastic. That's no bueno. Okay. Now you can try and get this sealing out by coming in here like so with your X-Acto knife. And whoop, there it goes. Okay, that one hit the floor, but luckily I found it. There it is. Next, oh yeah, while we're here, we're going to take out those air horns. What I've got here is an old screwdriver that I just kind of put a sharp point on. So what I'm going to do is come into the top of this. I'm going to push on that and try and work that out just a little bit. There's a hole here for the front, and then another hole. See, you can even see that in the back. To watch that. Okay. Sometimes this works, sometimes it's futile. Let's try that one again. That one could get a little more out of there. All we're doing is just pushing that out from the back side in an effort to salvage it without breaking the air horn. And ta-da! We saved it. We saved it. The back one on this is not going to behave, but gently I grabbed it with my side cutters and pulled it out. Ta-da! We're done. Next, we have us a fine windshield monkey out of this thing. And I dropped my knife just a moment. Alright. Like all DCP trucks, these windshields sometimes come out really easy, and other times they will just make you want to swear. There is a little clip right here, and right here, and two down here, and there. And those dudes, all I'm going to do is I'm going to get my knife right underneath that and gently try and pry that clip up so that windshield pops out. Again, sometimes this works, and other times I'm unhappy. It just, again, so much depends on how these were assembled in China. You would think there'd be some consistency, but for the most part, there is, but boy, just sometimes there's a lot of glue on one and not so much on another. Because I have broke windshields getting them out, and then I got to buy another truck just for a stupid windshield. That'll make you mad. Okay. So far, this one's just doesn't like me. It hates me. Okay, not working there so far. So now I'm going to try and pry up these bottom little tabs. I'm going to get in there. Hopefully you'll see that and not my fingers. Come on. Be a good windshield. Don't be a jerk. Oh. Oh, it's trying. It's trying. Come on, get out. There it went. Hoo-hoo. Okay, salvaged the windshield. We are in awesome, awesome shape. The final thing I'm going to take off this truck is these back fenders, because they're orange and the truck I'm replicating has quarter fenders. Most of the fenders off of DCP Peterbilt are fairly easy to take off. Right back here, you can't see this in the camera shot very well because it's, well, here, I think you can see a little better here. On most of these, there's a little bit of plastic that when that stud came through the frame and then it was heated or mushed or something, so there's a big glob of plastic on the back side on both sides. Now, a couple of options here. You can take your knife and try and remove that glob of plastic. That way it's not holding it back when you pull your fender out, like so. You could actually take a small drill bit and drill it out. I've done that in the past with success. Whoops, sorry, I'm not in a shot there. Like a 1/16 inch bit, and then you just come in at an angle and drill that out. You can try that. But you'll notice all I did was clean the plastic off the back. Now I'm going to grab this with my little side cutter thingy, and oh, I busted it. No worries. If you do bust it, you can just take your drill bit and drill that plastic out for your other fenders. These will actually have quarter fenders coming back on them. Another thing you can do is take your flathead and kind of get in here. Whoops. I broke them both. Pardon me. So it looks like I'll be drilling those out. So that's that. That's the teardown. At least for this part of the build. To take any of this off is really, really simple. You would just come in here with your knife, twist, twist on the steps, and then with your flathead, if you wanted to remove the tanks, to switch out tanks, come in here and twist, and you should be able to get those removed without any troubles. Again, you could come in here with your X-Acto knife and cut off that back mushroom plastic on both sides, on both tanks, and salvage that a little bit too. So guys, here we go. That is the lesson on how to tear down a flat top 379 Peterbilt by DCP. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them in the comment box and I will be glad to answer them for you. Stay tuned, because after I get 3 more of these ripped apart, I'll have a demonstration where I go ahead and strip the paint off of them. I'm going to use 3 different methods: carburetor cleaner, lacquer thinner, and aircraft remover. And I'm going to do this live so you can see how each one of those products works for removing paint. And as always, if you know someone that can benefit from this video, please share it with them. If you're new to the hobby, please watch it over and over again, share it with your friends, and learn lots and make awesome models. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned. I'll be back shortly after I get these other trucks tore down so we can do a paint stripping video. We'll catch you later. Bye.